Welcome and hello, everyone. This is the Redeemables podcast, where we watch movies that scored 50 or below on the Metacritic scale and decide to either redeem them or nail them to the cross.
To the cross.
My name is Kenny, and today I'm joined by Mike Lowry. I think I'm saying that right.
Mike Lowry.
Yeah. And Marcus Burnett.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
Great.
Yes.
I did get that right.
Yeah.
If you haven't worked it out by now, this week I've chosen one of my most watched movies of all time. It's Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
Columbia Pictures presents...
Don't be alarmed, we're Negroes.
Oh, man, no, that's too much bass in your voice. That scare white folks.
Martin Lawrence,
We were wondering if we can borrow some brown sugar.
Will Smith,
You see, you something wrong with you. What's up?
the law will be served. Justice will be done.
You forgot your boarding pass.
And boys will be boys. Bad boys. What you gonna do?
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yeah.
What a trailer.
Once again, I was going to watch the trailer before I came in.
You didn't?
Nah.
You got to start watching
I
it,
got
man.
it. Hey, Siri, remind me to... How do you guys know how to use Siri?
I don't have a smartphone.
What's the Siri?
Exactly.
Off grid, again.
So, just trying to
Has the survival. You have watched too much Naked and Afraid. Confirmed.
You can never watch too much Naked and Afraid. Bad Boys is a 1995 American buddy cop action comedy film.
Yes, it is.
Happy with that?
1995. That's fucking.
I couldn't believe it.
It was directed by Michael Bay in his feature directorial debut,
I was wondering.
which
Yeah.
we'll get into later.
Yeah.
It was produced by Don Wildman Simpson.
Oh, man.
And I don't actually have much on Don, but do yourselves a fucking favour and Google Don Simpson.
One day
The
we'll
guy's
do a
out-
mini-sode on crazy producers or some shit.
fuck.
'cause
He's
yeah.
incredible cricketer, wasn't he?
yes, I think that was him. And also produced by Jerry Bruckheimer.
Love the
who
Bruck.
Obviously went on to become, well, him and Michael Bay had a bit of a thing, didn't
Yeah.
they? A bromance. It's starring Martin Lawrence and Will Smith as two Miami narcotics detectives. The Wikipedia plot reads, lifelong friends Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett are devoted Miami police narcotics detectives investigating $100 million of seized mafia heroin, their biggest career bust, which was stolen from a secure police vault. Internal Affairs suspects that it was an inside job and threatens to shut down the entire department unless they recover the drugs within 72 hours.
Fucking IA, man.
Cool premise.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There's,
The secure luggage is very
yeah, very secure.
Yeah.
I want to fact check that because one of the things I made a note of is it said $100 million there.
Yeah. It was, wasn't it?
Street value.
They were selling it for 180 million transfer and 20 million cash. The bad guys. That's how much the deal was.
Oh, yeah, at the end of the movie.
Because I was thinking that didn't seem like enough, and like adjusted for inflation.
They
Yeah.
transferred, what, 20 million?
no, they
They
gave them-
had 20 million cash.
Yeah.
And they were transferring 180.
100,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they cut it up and made it more.
Oh,
all
they
that
did too.
ether.
Yeah.
They did too.
Okay.
So shut
clever.
your fucking mouth,
Yeah,
PJ.
clever. Yeah, I'm just sorry that I'm not across how the drug run business works.
Yeah.
So that's-
I think you are.
I'm usually at the other end of the chain.
the end customer.
The lowest part of the ladder.
Yeah, we cut that up so you don't get too high.
Do you guys know what? I've actually got some thoughts around the drug use in this film, which we'll get to.
Hallelujah. Got
Yeah.
notes. Got thoughts.
Studio marketing tagline. Do you guys guess what it is?
What you going to do when they come for
Yeah.
you?
Oh, it's just what you're going to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which fits.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I like
What came? Like, do you reckon they named this explicitly after the song? Like, they just like it feels like.
Guess.
Just
But was
maybe-
the song a hit?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
I think it was a hit
Cops.
for Cops,
Yeah.
the TV show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe they're
That's where I
Cops.
first heard it.
I don't know.
Okay, so Cops, the TV show, was on before this.
Oh, yeah.
And they used the song Bad Boys.
Yeah.
And then this movie used Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We'd have to ask whoever.
I
wrote
wonder
it.
if the song was made for the show. Like,
No.
or is it just a standalone?
In a circle of the Arab
Oh,
band.
that's the-
They're
that's the
working
artist?
in a Rastafarian band.
Are they?
I looked them up once. I watched Cops a couple of times, and I thought this is my jam.
That's
And
a
I-
jam. It's definitely a jam.
Yeah. There was a time in my life where I liked a bit of the Rasta.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the reveal.
Yeah. I did have dreadlocks once, but that's a story for another podcast.
That doesn't shock me at all. When you were 7. Dreadlocks when you were 7.
I was raised by wolves, and I had dreadlocks.
You guys want some stats?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Budget. What do you reckon?
Oh, a lot. Even in 1995.
How much it cost?
Yeah.
60 million.
$88 million.
All right. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
This is the biggest mind blow that I've ever had on the podcast.
Okay.
19 mil.
What?
Yeah.
19
Fucking
19
hell.
mil.
Money was worth something
Will
back in the day,
Smith and
wasn't it?
Martin Lawrence aren't getting paid for this.
Oh, there's some fun facts I'll get to later, but just to plant a seed, I guess. That because they didn't get paid.
that fucking
fuck all.
explosion alone.
But well,
The fucking-
Which one?
wait for it. The things like just little things like the car, the Porsche that they used. It's Michael Bay's Porsche, so he uses his own car.
Right.
Shit like that. The script.
Did he blow up his own house? Then that's commitment to the bit. Yeah.
Instead of getting a rewrite on a script which apparently cost around $100,000 at that time, Michael Bay's like, oh no, me, Will and Martin will just do it before the show each day.
We'll do it on the day.
Yeah, literally. So it was kind of made.
We'll do it live.
It was made cheap.
Yeah, wow.
And it doesn't look it.
No,
not at all.
It really doesn't.
Nah, and that's a testament to Michael Bay.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
which we'll touch on when we do Michael Bay a bit later. How he fucking manages to make everything look so damn good. Yeah. The GBO, what do you reckon it made off 19 milli?
Fucking, I have no fucking idea. I will go with just out of the ballpark figure 140.
188.
141. So
Wow.
sorry, Duff, you're wrong. You said 140.
It doesn't matter.
No.
That's fucking
He's
It's
closer than
141.
me, though, by my maths.
0 points awarded.
just.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on yourself. Billy Madison?
Yeah.
Metacritic was 41.
Wow.
The user review was 68 from 280,000 ratings on IMDb.
Okay.
So
Pretty
it's
good.
been watched. That's for sure.
I can't pick anyone that hasn't watched it.
Nah, which
Okay.
it actually shocked me that it was only 68. I thought it was going to be one of those ones that's like a real fan favorite.
I believe that's
Very
number 2.
popular movie.
So what do you... Because I've not ever logged on to one of these sites and given it a rating. Like
You don't on IMDb?
No.
Oh, I do.
Really?
If I'm really impressed with something.
Okay.
Or if something's really shit.
I do the same thing with Google reviews.
If something's in the middle, I'm like, well, I can't be bothered. It's just a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, fucking 10 out of 10, man, bang.
Yeah. And so you will, if you enjoyed Bad Boys, would
Yeah.
you log on and give it 10 out of 10?
Well,
To try and skew the would you give it an honest score and say, look, it was...
I think IMDb, you get a bit of a schnister about you and you go like the proper score, I reckon.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm more of
If
a...
I found something really good, but it wasn't a 10, I'd give it an 8.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Interesting. Okay, cool.
I'm the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah.
I would sort of go of I want everyone to see this thing. So if I can bump the aggregate by 0.00000001
Okay.
by giving it a 10, then great. Maybe
Yeah.
one guy watches it because it just bumped up to 6.
I don't think either of you are wrong, by the way. That's interesting, right? Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
So many lies on the internet. I'd like to be a bit of truth.
A lot of them were written by Abraham Lincoln.
Is that right?
Yeah, his blog.
Rated, what do we got here? It's a rating MA for language and violence, pretty obvious and pretty standard for an action film.
Yeah.
And very strangely, I just noted this. I use an app called Just Watch. Shout out to Just Watch. It's a really great app.
I downloaded it.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
You just punch in the name of anything you want to watch and you set up all your streaming services and it tells you which one to open up.
Oh, you set
Apparently
them up-
Google does the same thing. But,
Yeah, it's on binge, yeah?
well, I punched it in. Binge, Stan, or Paramount. Bang. You can have it. All three. That's weird, right? Not many movies are in the
Get
crossover.
shared around.
Yeah.
It's past the
Because they
statute of
usually have-
limitations.
They usually have like a license. So
Yeah.
Netflix go, I'll have that for 6 months or 9 months or whatever, and we'll give you fucking $5 million or whatever. I don't know how
This
it
is
works.
nearly
but-
30 years old, this movie, so I don't know how many they'd be still haggling over at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or maybe they get a lifelong license on it or something. I don't know how.
Lifelong license.
One day,
Like the MCG.
one day I want to know how all that shit works because we covered a bit of that streaming shit on The Grey Man.
Yeah, we did.
Would be cool to learn more. Yes, so critic reviews. Let's go. Our dear friend, Jonathan, or dear enemy, Jonathan Rosenbaum.
You fucking Rosen.
He's back again. He's from the Chicago Reader, but who cares? He said,
Shaka, no one's reading him, all right?
he says, a formulaic sass machine. I was writhing in my seat. 0.
I give
Fucking
exact
what do you
same review, but not 0.
What is writhing in your seat?
Just like he's just frustrated.
Squirming.
He's squirming around. Fuck this. I don't want to watch this anymore.
It's a wanky way to say squirm.
Yeah. And then we've had this guy before as well, Lawrence Toppy Topman.
Oh, the top.
The top.
Yeah.
He's from the Charlotte Observer. I think he's been with someone else before. I reckon he might have moved around.
Gets
the Toppy.
around, old Toppy.
Yeah. Where is Charlotte?
Charlotte?
New Orleans.
It's in the
Is
east,
it-
the Middle East?
Middle East?
Not the Middle East, the Middle East.
Yeah, sure.
Of America.
Fact check that.
It's a flyover state. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So
can't confirm that.
we have listeners there, so careful.
Yeah. There's an NBA team there, that's all I know. That's how I know all my geography.
So he said, director Michael Bay surrounds them with action scenes cut as rapidly and irritatingly as a Gap commercial. At points, we can't tell one darting car from another, a drug trigger man from a cop. He gave it 25.
Hey, Toppy, get used to it, mate, because you got another fucking 25 years of this.
Yeah.
And we love it.
It ain't slowing
Yeah.
down. Yeah. Joe Holloman from the... I don't think we've had
The
this.
Hollow Man.
Joe
Hollow Man?
Joe Hollowman.
Kevin
Holloman.
Bacon?
Are you guys talking about my next movie?
He's from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Oh.
I don't think we've had anything from St. Louis before.
Post-dispatch
The
is very old-fashioned.
Post-Dispatch.
Is St. Louis
They sent
near
out
Charlotte?
the fucking thing in SOS.
I think it might be. I reckon St. Louis is near Charlotte.
St. Louis?
That's more south.
Yeah, I think it's another stopover state.
Near.
Flyover, you mean?
I don't
I've
know.
actually
I
been
don't know.
drive-through. Have actually been there.
To St. Louis?
Yeah, it's where New Orleans is, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
St.
Okay.
Louis, New Orleans.
I don't know.
The only place I know.
Let's not turn this into geography. It's my most weakest of
I'm
subjects.
intrigued.
I know New York and Baltimore.
Yeah.
All because of The Wire.
Oh, fair.
And we've been to like 7 cities there. And they're the only two you can remember.
That was all just in one state. So, all right. He said the film fails, and for several reasons. Not the least being that movies about bickering police partners who fight crime with snappy wisecracks and serious weaponry just might be the most overused plot of the last 15 years. He gave it a 25. Sure, there is some films with similar
But also-
bickering partners.
Just see my comments to Toppy and Ditto. Could get used to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a
It's
thing.
what, we're still doing it.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think the difference with this one, which we'll get into, is the wisecracks or the comedy is far more genuinely funny, I found, than its predecessors. Like, what's it?
Don't say it.
What?
Are you going to say Live Web?
Rush Hour.
There's that. There's Rush Hour. Rush Hour after this.
That's after this.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, it's genuinely funny, whereas maybe some of the others.
I don't know why the others got to catch strays.
Yeah.
Deson
Fucking shitting on every other buddy cop movie ever.
Deson Thompson of the Washington Post.
Yeah.
We've had Deson
We have.
before.
Yeah. Desi.
Even by the low standards of cheap action flicks, this one's bad, boys. He gave it a 30.
Use the punctuation to really get us there.
He did.
Or Desi.
He did. Thoughts on the critic reviews? Agree, disagree, hate, love
I disagree, and I
What do
don't
you
think
got?
they've aged that well.
the reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate them all.
Yeah. I can see this is not a critically acclaimed film.
No.
No,
This
it's
is
not made
not-
for critics.
I saw some bits of it. Like, if you considered it was made for, let's break it down.
Yep.
If you consider it was made for $19 million, which you now know,
That does blow my mind.
then you'd go, well, maybe the critics should be taking it a little easy on some of these parts of this film because it's fucking.
It's basically an indie film.
man. It looks beautiful for $19 million.
So can
incredible.
I'll start with my first impressions that I like to do.
Yep.
The opening sequence is iconic,
Yes,
right?
like them driving in the car.
yeah,
yeah.
the sunset, the scenery, the Miami skyline, and by the way, the sun is always in the same position in every fucking shot.
Yes.
It's always it's like 2/3 set.
I feel like
and it's all
that's-
lit up orange, and there's one palm tree.
That's
and it's just
Miami, isn't it?
Miami.
Yeah, it's like any film set in Mexico, you got to have the yellow filter.
Yeah.
Any film set in Miami, you have to have the almost setting sun. Yeah,
And that with the Porsche shot from like so low,
Yeah.
rolling around, and then so visually, like straight away, you can tell Michael Bay knows what he's doing, especially
fuck
for
yeah.
19 million.
yeah.
And then even like the way the movie's structured, that first scene, the back and forth between them and all of that,
Yeah.
as a piece of exposition is fucking unreal.
It's perfect.
It tells you everything you need to know about those two characters.
A fun fact: that scene was shot a month after they finished the movie, and then they didn't like how the film started because it didn't have an intro at all. So it started off with the guys in the police van or whatever, and doing the heist. So there was no introduction to, and then Michael Bay watched it back and he's like, this isn't starting right. The tone's off here.
Yeah,
this is a comedy almost.
Now I'm trying to think.
So they actually shot that bit in LA because they all went back to LA and they shot it 4 weeks after they finished the film.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Because now I'm trying to think of the first time we would have seen Martin Lawrence and Will Smith on screen if they had have done it the other way, because
so it would have been them getting to the police station, I guess.
Yeah, and how are we picking up anything about their characters there?
Nothing which I guess he figured that out.
He
and
saved it.
Yeah, he did. Because it's not a whole different movie, obviously, but it's going to take you a lot longer to figure out what the fuck you're watching.
Yeah.
Whereas by having that 5 minutes, you're like, okay, cool, I get it.
Everything we needed to know.
I'm in for a really great ride here with these two guys.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter what's going to happen because these two are going to be entertaining as fuck.
Yep. And we know who we've got. We've got the neurotic, undersexed, married dude.
Yeah.
Who's just like uptight and shit. We've got the cool as fuck pants man.
Yeah.
Swell. Yeah. So like, but they've set up.
And I guess with the balls just dragging the fuck along.
Yeah, and then they get into the altercation. We find out that they're very, very cool under pressure.
Yeah,
and
they do the bit.
They can handle themselves.
Yeah, they do the bit. They start arguing, and
they do that like 3 times.
They do. Yeah, it's like their thing. Yeah.
So that's a really good bit of retrospective writing as well, to use a callback that they'd already filmed.
Yeah.
Wow.
No shit. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is good. So I noted that as well, how much I enjoy that. And then after that, it goes straight into the vintage Michael Bay helicopter scenes, which he's now modern day. Michael Bay's just replaced helicopters with drones.
Yeah.
But you remember his first, before drones were a big thing, say like 2010 and onwards. Prior to that, fuck, he loves the chopper.
Doesn't he?
And you know what? He's very good at it.
Oh, yeah.
He makes the choppers just swing around. And you know how Michael Bay loves I feel like this podcast is going to turn into fucking an hour
Michael Bay
of
porn.
jerking off over Michael Bay. But you know how he loves almost a slow-mo swinging shot around something?
Oh, that bit where Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are just chased down and then, like from the floor.
Yeah, that.
Man,
so he does
that's
that.
the hero shot.
That's right. But he does that in choppers.
Yeah.
No one was doing that back then. Yeah. You watch any other movie from that time where they had chopper shots. They weren't like overly popular, but they usually used them for like
perspective more than
anything.
anything.
like setting shots of a city skyline or whatever. It wasn't really used as action. Michael Bay kind of changed that, I think. I can't think of anything before him that was doing it.
Let's credit him anyway.
But yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So fuck yeah, we're in choppers now. We're swinging around fucking Miami.
So is this Michael Bay's first movie?
Yeah.
First film.
Fuck.
I was wondering.
He was working for a long. We'll get into him. He was working for a long time before this, but not feature films.
Because he was experimenting the fuck out of this. Most shots actually.
Yeah. He really was. Like instantly to have for someone to have their own style.
Yep.
And to just fucking take that risk.
Yep.
Because it could have gone badly.
Yeah.
Could have gone very badly.
Yeah. And I think the studio kind of backed the fact that it was going to go badly.
Studio didn't give a fuck. 19 million, okay.
Nah, there's stories
they washed
about
their
it.
car for that much.
Yeah, Bruckheimer and Don Simpson basically just washed their hands with it, rocked up a few times and went, fuck this. This is no, they did. There's like reports of it, how it's like, this is just cowboy shit. And they got out of there. There was some other big movie being produced at the time and they just went to that one.
Yeah.
So Michael Bay was kind of given free reign. But yeah. What else you got? What'd you like?
Straight after at the beginning of the heist.
Yep.
One of my favorite tropes in these movies. To set again, it's kind of like a bit of exposition in terms of like setting how bad the bad guy is. He does something heinous immediately.
Yeah.
He's like he's like, put the cop shirt on that guy. And he goes, you know what you're like? Yeah, I'm a decoy. And he's fucking captured in front of all the boys.
The music.
Yeah. And I love it, like, this is how bad I am. And then, like, we've got to find out, that because that set the stakes for people to up the ante. And now, like, until you're like at fucking Heath Ledger at the start of The Dark Knight or whatever, killing people with pens or whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
So, like, we had to keep upping the ante.
Oh, that Frenchman left no one behind. No
because
witnesses.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I think that's one of my favourite things is like, look how much of a bad villain I'm going to be.
How high are we going to set this?
Yeah. What I thought it was weird was, like, he kills that fake cop at the start, but knocks out the cop that's watching over the cocaine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also
heroin, apparently, but I got questions.
That guy goes to town with a sledgehammer on a chick, but then just pushes Will Smith out a window.
Yeah, they don't want to kill a cop. They said that. Will Smith actually says it, I think, smart, didn't want to kill a cop because then he knows the whole city's on him. So they kill a fake cop, and then he didn't want to kill Will Smith because then he knows the whole city's on him.
Isn't that a bit of an indictment as well? Like, we'd try so much harder if they killed a cop, but he's just some schmuck.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely would. I think every movie ever proves that.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. What's that fucking movie where they closed down? It was really great. It had
21 Bridges.
Yeah, the late greats.
Chadwick.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman. But that was like that, wasn't it? They killed a cop at the start and they just shut down a whole fucking city. Yeah.
They shut down 21 Bridges.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Is that where they got the title?
Was that set in LA?
No, they got the title from Madison County.
What are you talking about?
I've had gastro. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about.
Hasn't had solid food in 3 days.
I had a bag of chips today.
Did you?
Yeah.
What flavour?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Original.
Okay. Yeah, first thing back and you have original.
Fucking sadness.
You may as well just eat fucking
I couldn't handle
cardboard.
any spice.
Self-loathing.
Another thing I thoroughly enjoyed, which I kind of forgot about, but was the costume department for Martin Lawrence in particular.
Oh,
just
fuck.
as a fucking genie for half the movie with like this little purple vest on.
That
like
vest
maroon.
when he's searching at the dead body. The whole time I'm watching. He can't cover up his nose because if he covers up his nose, his tits would be shut.
Yeah.
So that's why he's not. He's just sitting there going.
Yeah.
Because he can't cover up his nose because you don't want Mark Lowry seeing your nipple.
Man, it's out of control what they're wearing. It's great. It's full Miami
Very
90s.
95.
I understand why everyone thinks they're not cops.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. The weird, I can get.
They look like a couple of well-off pimps.
They do
They look
actually.
like they're out of fucking Princess.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Do you reckon it was weird that Marcus Burnett, like Martin Lawrence's character, was dressed like that? Because he's the family man. Or like Will Smith, I get it. He's in like that sharp, like purple suit or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a playboy. He's all that shit. But Martin Lawrence, like, you're a family man. What are you going home to your wife and kids dressed like that?
Come on, man.
Yeah,
He should be wearing
Put on some-
Crocs.
just sneakers,
Just
pair of
Crocs.
jeans, and a tucked-in polo. Like,
Pair of New Balance.
It was very same as the Cuban guys, dressed like every Cuban that's ever.
I fucking love those
And
guys.
also-
Ruiz.
Those two. This movie shot 4 days. They don't change their outfit once.
And nor should they. They're like open Hawaiian
I really
shirts.
love those two guys, by the way.
Yeah, they're
Let
great.
it be known.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. Cold as your mama's bed.
Where were y'all last night, man?
Listen, why don't y'all just have your cousins bring the shit back? We can all get some sleep, all right?
We were gonna do that, but you know what happened? We came up with a problem. Your mama snorted up all the dough.
Oh, why did
my.
all right, you two, get over there.
Takes a lot of brains to pull something like this off.
Big cojones, dude.
What the hell are you talking about, cojones?
Cojones, it would take me a month to explain to you what cojones is.
You're in Miami. You don't know what cojones is.
English.
Guys, hey! We got nothing. What's the matter with you? We've got nothing. Ruiz, Sanchez, find out who installed the ventilating system, okay? Do that now.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah, so's your mama's bed.
It's a little back and forth. I actually wish there was more of that shit between those guys.
Yeah.
Like
Man, there's so many fucking wisecracks in this movie.
Yeah.
They
So
can't. What it first occurred to me that these guys were out of control. They can't even stop cracking wise when they hit the murder scene.
Yeah.
Like, they
still
find a brutally murdered guy and they go, "Somebody's home." And I'm like, is that a play on words? Like, what are we doing here? Like, and then they just proceed to completely fuck up the murder scene.
Oh man, they made
He'd
him.
like-
I was thinking that the whole
He
time.
might as well have got the corpse and gone, "Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!"
Yeah. And the bit where the knife is in the hand with the paper.
He pulls it out.
just like
slams
sliding
the hand.
it
That's what I mean.
around.
He's just all floppy.
And then the foot comes flying.
Yeah.
Some
no
shit.
rigor mortis. No rigor mortis. It's just fucking. It was
just handling everything.
You know how that knife is on the paper? What was on the paper? I watched this earlier this morning. and
That's
I can't
what
remember.
led him to the next clue, isn't it? Wasn't it a like a bonds thing or
Yeah,
a
it
real
was-
estate, something
Yeah.
along those lines? Yeah, I don't think they specified. I think it was just like, here's a bit of paper, so
Here's
when
a
we're
clue.
at the next
Yeah.
scene, you'll know why we're there.
Yeah, I wasn't following the plot because I didn't give a fuck.
It didn't really matter too much. It was a simple plot, and that was fine. That's
Yeah.
all it has to be. It
found-
was just a vehicle for them to do cool shit.
I found myself waiting for the scene where someone knocks on the door and it goes, and you're about 30, but then I remember.
Oh, it's Bad Boys 2.
Number 2. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
all I want to do is watch number 2 now.
Yeah.
I spent half the movie.
I'm definitely going to be watching number 2.
I want to
very
watch
soon.
number 2 and 3, Ken.
Oh,
And number 4. I think that's out next year.
What's number 3?
And number 4 is coming out.
Oh, next year.
Why?
Yeah, they're doing another one.
Is it too late to stop it?
I think
Should we start an email campaign now?
I could be wrong.
There's schmucks out there like me, BJ, that like number 3.
I can't, man. I'm a bit worried about you doing Bad Boys 3 and playing chips. Are you okay?
Oh, fuck.
That's the end of day.
It's a cry for help, isn't
it?
It really is.
I think my body's going through some things.
Some things going through your body, by the sounds of it.
The other stuff that I liked with the Michael Bay stuff, and before you were saying about how stylish it was, and this is his first feature film, but 10 years before that, I don't know if you guys know what he was doing before that.
Film clips,
but just music videos, pretty big ones. He was doing it for
yeah.
fucking Whitney Houston and shit.
Yeah.
So he that's how he eventually got a film. But you can see in this movie how many times it goes all music video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
heaps.
the
nightclub
we're talking about the
scenes.
swinging camera, but just the real cinematic shit.
Yeah.
Like when Max, the call girl, where she gets shot, and it feels like it goes for like 40 seconds of her just kind of flowing in the air, and the feathers from the cushion,
devastating,
and the music playing, and there's cameras swinging around, and it's just so much shit going on.
So the feathers from the cushion brings me to one of my questions. I completely agree, and it was very. There was a lot
I like
of
it.
I do
Yeah,
too.
but it's very music video.
Actually, in fact, one of the scenes is where Tia Leoni first grabs the gun, and it's all lit blue and everything. I was like, "This is the Janie's Got a Gun film clip."
Yeah,
I'm like, he's stealing from himself. And then I looked at the I looked up the Janie's Got a Gun film clip. It was David Fincher, not fucking Michael Bay. So I knew
Fincher did that.
Yeah, he's done a few.
Wow.
Yeah, so I knew he wasn't all just 9 Inch Nails stuff. He was doing some other shit.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But I knew a big director did that, and I was like, he's done his whole Aerosmith thing again. But yeah. Anyway, but one of my questions that popped up, that scene where they shoot Max. Why the fuck do people shoot through a pillow?
It muffles the sound of a gunshot.
How much?
So a gunshot's like bang.
Yeah.
It's like a shitty silencer though. It's not.
It's a really bad silencer,
but it makes it sound like not a gunshot. It could be like a loud.
Do you reckon it does?
I reckon it's 100%
because
a movie.
When I was a hitman,
wait. Let's talk about the physics. When a gun fires, where's the sound coming from? I don't think it's coming from the muzzle.
It's coming from the gunpowder.
From the back of the gun where the...
No, it's coming from the gunpowder inside the actual fucking gun. It's spark that pushes out.
So where's the sound coming from?
The gun.
Yeah, out of the muzzle or out of the back?
Well, it's a fucking big sound.
I don't think it comes out of the muzzle.
I think it makes a huge difference, the pillow in front of it.
Really?
Let's test it.
It's like...
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what? They've probably done it on that stupid fucking show where they test science shit. Mythbusters.
Stupid fucking show. Guys, look, I'll drive through Vic Park on the way home. I'll grab a handgun and we'll do it next week. We'll do it live on the pod.
If you hit enough letterboxes, you'll get one.
I think it just muffles the sharp bang. I'm not sure. I had original chips. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I've given up on life.
Smith's original, just crinkle.
I don't know. I like the poeticism of it.
I do
That's
too.
the word,
And
the
visually,
poetry,
I'm almost 100% sure that it's done for visual aesthetics rather than any scientific reason. It's just like we get feathers flying everywhere. I'm thinking like, the True Romance shootout, there's fucking a million feathers everywhere. All that shit. Like, you love it. I'm here for it, but I don't think it does anything.
The other one I liked, the other shot like that I liked is when it's actually pretty soon after that when the main henchman with his stupid little hat that he wears is going to the madam's house with a sledgehammer, and he's walking down the corridor, and the windows are all open, so the wind is like blowing the white curtains, and he's just this silhouette with a fucking sledgehammer.
That Michael Bay is experimenting. I thought that was fucking sick.
Yeah,
it was great. That's what I mean. I loved it. Yeah. Didn't need to show her getting hit with the sledgehammer. It was all just like, it's just, you know what it is, man? It's fucking cinema. Yeah.
I'd like to watch it. Is she dead or has she just been cut? We don't know, Ken.
Her skull's flattened.
Yeah. Is it
flattened out like a pancake?
It was,
but it's a skull.
It's a skull cake.
It's a skull cake.
Yummy.
And you put some lemon and sugar on there and roll it up, and you got yourself a delicious treat.
It's called sour bread.
A dip for my fucking original chips.
Tastes better than original chips. I'll give you the tip.
You could definitely do that. What do you got, PJ?
I was actually pleasantly surprised by how well it had aged.
Well.
Visually, obviously, as we say, it looks very, very good. Like, visually, it looks like it was made very recently.
No CGI.
What I was wondering going into this is like how badly has the humour aged?
Yeah,
and
I was nervous.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah,
even there was only a couple of things, and some of the stuff that didn't work anymore for me. I was thinking about this, and I was like, it's not because it's dated or offensive to me or anything like that. It's just that we've seen it both in this movie and replicated a million times since in other movies.
Yeah.
And it's just a bit played out.
Like, as in some of their bickering kind of went on a bit?
Honestly, it didn't bother me. It didn't. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But what I once would have found much more funny when I first watched it.
Yeah.
It's just played. It's been fucking 30 years.
Yeah. You just kind of tune out for it. Every now and then I tuned out.
Every movie's had a play on it since then. This is a play on another movie as well, sort of thing. So, in terms of what hasn't aged well, what didn't quite hit the mark, it wasn't because it was offensive like I thought it might be.
Yeah.
You know, air quotes offensive.
Yeah.
Like it might be, or like that it had dated really badly. It's just that it wasn't quite hit the mark because it's been done so many times since.
Yeah, I agree.
The only things, there was some stuff that made me cringe a little bit, but nothing. Honestly, most of the banter was fucking awesome, really spot on. And Bay, had these two guys worked together before? Do we know?
Will Smith and Mark Lawrence?
Yeah.
No.
So Bay's just stumbled into the lightning in a bottle there. Then.
Yeah, he has.
Mark Lawrence was huge. Will Smith is Will's Fresh Prince.
He was Fresh Prince, yeah. Mark Lawrence wasn't that big.
What was he on? In Living Colour?
Was In Living Colour. Massive
stuff.
Comedian.
Yeah. He was a comedian, but he wasn't movie huge.
No, but either was Will Smith.
Oh,
what a fucking gamble to take,
Oh, and you knew who the fuck Will Smith was, Fresh Prince.
Yeah. But also movie-wise, he'd done the Spike Lee stuff by now, hadn't he?
These guys were like the third or fourth choice.
Right, really?
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be them. And it's probably a reason why the film didn't cost as much. Because who they were going for, which I'll get to in the fun facts, hanging for that one, would have cost a lot more fucking money.
Interesting. Yeah, right, okay. Because, I reckon they definitely stumbled onto that.
Yeah.
The chemistry's unheard of.
Unbelievable.
I do have one negative, though, is the Mike Lowry bit, like Martin Lawrence pretending to be Mike Lowry.
Yeah.
Couldn't they do that for like a day and go, listen, you rang us up, you put us in the spot, this is actually Mike Lowry.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm Marcus Bennett, his partner. Look,
I tell you, it's in my. I separated my notes, the good and the bad, and it's the one thing that stands out for the bad is that bit.
It's too long.
It drags, man.
Too long.
I don't remember it going for that long. I seem to remember, I've seen this movie fucking so many times, but it just didn't always drag like it did.
Yeah.
When I was watching it last night, I was like, can we just come out with it so we can move on with the movie now?
And it also
becomes too much of
Tia
the movie.
Leoni look dumb as shit.
Well, no, I think she knew the whole time.
Yeah.
But why
they allude to that?
Why?
Because she's teasing him.
Yeah.
Like with the photos,
the sex on the bed,
the sex on the bed. You gay? That sort of stuff.
That was one of the things. One of the humour parts that hasn't probably aged. The only thing.
Just him walking into the house, not knowing where the lights are, falling over a step. That you knew. He was
that's funny as fuck. I laughed hard at that.
Yeah,
that was all right.
When Will Smith comes around the house.
Oh, look at that stage! I would be pissed off.
I'd be pissed. I love that.
That dynamic is great.
Look at the dog just on the couch.
And then she's like, "Oh, that's Luke. Duke's in the bed. He's got an upset tummy all day. He's been picturing this little dog like tucked under a blanket, just diarrhea and shit."
Yeah, fucking.
But back to your point, the bit goes on.
Completely agree. And one of the things that irked me about it was just how dysfunctional Martin Lawrence's marriage was.
Oh,
like they're in trouble. Those two.
Oh yeah,
they've got some deep seated issues.
Yeah,
and that was kind of like the bit that they kept doing, and that was one of my stepping on the rake comedy bits where I was like, "Fuck!" Like we know that. In this kind of film, we know that his wife isn't actually going to leave him. So let's stop dragging this shit out and just have the resolution of some description now and then move on with the rest of the story. So, I completely
totally agree.
Like, I didn't mind the Will Smith when he's pretending to be on the phone with her and stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But I needed...
that bit in the police station where after she hangs up, he's like,
hello?
Why don't you, why don't you go rent a movie or something,
You're
baby?
so silly.
Yeah. Rent a movie.
And again, I remember all of this shit.
What you wearing?
Hello.
Lawrence is like, fuck.
And then he checks the phone 3 times. I fucking pissed myself at that bit.
Yeah, that's cool. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm. All right. How things going with the kids? How's that potty training thing going? You are so silly. Nah, it'll be 10:30, 11 o'clock right there. Nah, don't wait up. I'll be all right. So, why don't you rent a movie or something? Something we can kick back to. So what you wearing?
Man, give me the phone. Give me the phone. Baby.
She hung up. She hung up a long time ago. I was playing.
Man, I was playing. Hey, no. Hello?
I was playing.
Hey, man. What? Don't play like that, okay? That's my family, man. Don't break up a happy home.
All right, stop wearing my clothes then.
Well, everybody about the motherfucking jokes today, ain't they? Hello?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
So some of the bits that I think maybe like we're a little bit off.
Yeah.
Like the bit where where she says like accuses him of being gay, and then he goes so far and hard in trying to prove that he's not gay.
Yeah, because it's the worst thing in the world. That doesn't age well.
Again, these aren't things that I would have been. I'm not writing an email about this, but I'm bringing them up. The other things that I thought didn't age too great, and very, very short list considering how old it is and the type of humour and movie that it is.
Yeah.
He says the line, "We ain't the Cosbys."
Oh, does he?
At one time, yeah, he's like talking about his family, and like they're not the.
What does he mean by that though?
Like they're not the platonic ideal of a perfect family. Like they're not the perfect nuclear family. He's like, we're not the Cosbys, and I'm like, ooh, any reference to Cosbys,
yeah.
And I'm like,
not the Cosbys because they all want it.
Yeah, he was trying to maybe. If they had have chosen another sort of example of the all-American, who knew?
They certainly didn't know at the time, did they?
And I'm going to be a massive nerd here and tell you that the line he goes, there was several references to "You Want to Be Like Mike," which is obviously about the Michael Jordan Gatorade ads.
Yeah,
and he goes to him and the Chief. I enjoyed the Chief too.
Yeah.
Joe
Chief's
Pants.
great.
Yeah,
Great to see Joe
Excellent.
Pants. Yeah. And he says, "You want to be like Mike," and then the Chief goes, "You're going to be retired like him too." And I'm like, Michael Jordan came out of retirement twice after 1995.
Yeah. but when they made this, he wasn't retired.
Yeah.
I think.
No, he retired in 90.
But after they shot this film, I think that's like a thing.
Yeah.
Because they mentioned him retiring like Mike, but he's not retired.
He'd come out of retirement. I was like, guys, shouldn't have mentioned it. I knew he was coming back.
Yeah. That's good. I just had the only thing I had for the, I guess the stuff that hasn't aged well there was it was pretty like kind of misogynistic or sexist, like with the nagging wife and all that sort of shit. But it's like, man, this is just what it was in '95, and this was like it's kind of like a man movie.
Yeah.
So it's just like I know that doesn't really excuse it, but it kind of.
It wasn't that egregious either.
No, it wasn't.
It was just kind of tropes, stereotypes that we wouldn't include now.
In fairness, in terms of how progressive it was, like. The two main stars of the film, two black actors.
Yeah,
I don't know whether that would
black
have really,
cops.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have happened much before this because you used to have the black guy and the white guy.
Yeah,
so like 48 Hours or
Beverly Hills Cop.
Rush Hour. Like, that's right. They always have.
I think it's more like that.
Central Intelligence.
The trope was You said the word trope. The trope was it's always like opposites attract, and the easiest way to convey that opposite is a white guy and a black guy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that, but also they're trying to, back in the 90s, like they're trying to hit that wide audience. They're trying to hit the white suburban kids.
Yeah.
And like they don't always want to watch the two black guys in the movie. I think.
Yeah,
like, let's be
probably.
real.
Yeah.
But now, obviously it's come a long way.
Yeah, haven't we just? Yep. Thank God we solved racism.
So that I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about the drug thing? Because it actually fucking irks me.
I do.
It's like we got
that
heroin.
was definitely fucking cocaine.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know why they're calling it heroin.
The snorting fucking massive lines of this.
Yeah. And he's like partying.
Yeah.
He's like shooting guns.
If he's snorting heroin, he's dead.
Yeah.
Has he not seen Pulp Fiction?
He's snorting a lot as well.
He was just he was railing it.
And it's Miami. Like Miami's fucking world famous for coke. You think Miami, you think cocaine. So why do heroin?
I reckon they just didn't want Don Simpson hanging around.
That might have been.
Like, if they changed to heroin in the
his
script,
stash.
that's what happened. Don Simpson rocked up and he goes, "I hear there's a lot of cocaine in this movie." They're like, "It's heroin." Don Simpson's like, "Fuck this." I'm going to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Maybe so.
Yeah, it did bother me because I'm not an expert in the heroin. I'm more of an uppers guy.
But no, it just didn't fit with what they were doing with it.
It wasn't nodding off. It's not a
party
party drug.
Nah.
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't have thought so.
I have other questions.
Yeah.
Can we run through them quick?
Yeah.
Where's the blood, fellas?
There wasn't a lot, was there?
There's no blood.
No. None at all? There was afterwards, a couple of bullet holes.
When she was wearing the white dress, she had blood.
She had blood. Yeah.
Also, the Chavez guy, real name, at the end, he had blood in him.
Did the madam who got her head caved in with the sledgehammer,
I
think she had blood falling off her head.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit.
Could have used a bit more blood, right?
It could have, but it's an action comedy.
But I don't want this R-rated as well.
Yeah.
So green blood.
if it's if it's an action movie straight up, no comedy, then give me some blood and
as long as there's a bullet wound and blood sporting. Even when Martin Lawrence got shot in the leg, there was blood. That's all I needed.
Speaking of action movie tropes, walking off gunshots, no dramas. Bit of a limp. Bit of a limp.
That car is not an automatic.
Can't go home your wife.
He'd be ramming on that clutch. I
was like, I do not want to be behind this guy at the lights. I'm going to honk and he's going to get out with a gun. It's going to be fucking I had the other one about the Bad Boy song, the pillow. Do you actually snort heroin?
It sounds like your perfect Saturday night. It's a Bad Boy song, the pillow and the heroin. It's called a Saturday night.
It's not bad. It's just, I'm having some flashbacks to about 98. But so my other question, how much fucking ether did they need? Someone over-ordered the ether, right?
I don't know how it works.
You needed that ether to make 100 million into 180 million.
So they're doubling.
You're just cutting the shit up.
That's a 50. They had that's a 50-liter barrel of ether.
Yeah,
which I'm assuming isn't the main ingredient in your fucking stepped on.
I think ether
smack.
has,
isn't it though? Don't they mix it and then it dries out?
Baking powder and shit.
Yeah. Don't they then just dry it? No, because they mix it with the ether and then they dry it out like clay.
And then they
crack it up to turn it back into powder.
So you need a lot of ether.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah, with the wire.
Yeah, I haven't cooked for fucking years.
It hasn't been that long, has it?
Yeah, right. I just thought I thought it was obviously,
but it's a lot.
Michael
of
Bay just wanted a lot of explosions.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And
there's no need for that much.
There's a fucking shitload of ether. I'm like, someone put an extra zero. One of the henchmen fucked up and put an extra zero.
What I don't get to understand, they've already chopped up all this fucking ether,
or
whatever the fuck it is.
They've
made the sale. The sale's done. They've used all the ether. Oh, also, there's a fucking pyramid of ether over there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Michael Bay's like, we got leftovers. Tia, drive a car into that cunt. Tia, drive the car into the fucking thing.
I can picture it.
Michael Bay.
It's still fine though. There's plenty of other uses for ether, right, guys? Like, what are we going to do with it? It's pretty specific in its usage. But it was for explosions.
That whole fucking exploding hangar.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that was just made of chipwood and fucking nothing? Because they just blew it the fuck up.
Yeah.
All
it's 19 million.
All I can picture is Danny McBride in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to say, that massive explosion as well, I paused and checked the time because that was our first real big one that I can recall.
Yeah, which is low-key for a Michael Bay film.
1 hour and 10 minutes.
What about the one in the car with the guy with the hat? Was that not an explosion that killed him?
Oh, when they drive, like the chasing the van.
Yeah, during the chase?
Oh, there's quite a few little ones there.
Yeah, but in terms of like a Michael Bay.
Like a Michael Bay explosion.
Yeah, and then he was like, he got his blood pumping.
Yeah.
And from then on, it only went really full, hectic, chaotic Michael Bay for the last act, like the last third of it.
Where the people were like flipping over and getting shot
there
everywhere.
Was like flaming corpses flying through the air.
That was probably the only stuff that I didn't think was shot that well. It felt like we wound back the clock to like the late 80s with some of those shooting at the ends. Yeah. Like, the guy getting shot and he's like, his body's like,
that's where your budget's going to hurt you.
That's, right? That's an experience as well. Like,
he didn't know how to shoot
Also, your favourite part in the movie where the ether's under the plane.
Yeah. You forgot your boarding pass.
The fact that guy goes flying out of that fucking plane on fire going,
yeah. the slowest gun in the West.
Did he actually fucking make a sound? Yep.
Has he ever shot a gun, that guy too?
He's like just so slowly.
And
the first time he forgets to turn the safety off. That guy's pretended to be a henchman.
He's the ether orderer. He's the fucking procurement guy. And they're like, you over-ordered the ether. Here's a gun. We're going to have to do overtime. He's like, I don't want to do this. But from that point, when it happened, there's the lobby shootout.
Yep.
That's when we get a little hectic for a little bit. And then
is that prior to the Will Smith running bit? Is that what you mean?
No, just prior to it. Because in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we get Will Smith running in slow-mo with his shirt open and billowing in the breeze.
Yes.
Right? We get a bunch of bikini models just caught in the crossfire in a police shootout chase. Yes. We get old ladies getting their hair did.
Yeah.
And they're just focusing there. Yeah. We get a wheelchair basketball team.
Yeah.
And then the chase is finished.
It's to chase the minority, isn't it?
Man, it's...
Fuck Christ. Old ladies aren't a minority. They're the majority.
That's all very Michael Bay.
Yeah, this is where, and it just felt like at that 1 hour, 10 minutes, there's that fucking big explosion and it just awoken something inside Michael Bay. And he's like, let's fucking go. And it gets mental from then on.
He repeated
in the best way.
The exact same thing in The Rock a year later.
Yeah.
You remember the Lamborghini and Hummer chase in The Rock? It's like the same shit. They're knocking over like weird stuff and they're yeah.
Hey man, you just fucked up your Ferrari.
Yeah. When are we doing The Rock? It's probably too high.
It is too high. I've already checked it.
And then that's the chase scene that ends with the shot that you said before, which is the big hero shot. And it's one of the iconic shots of this movie. I'm sure it's in the trailer. I really should have watched it.
Yeah.
But like where they're both standing there. Oh, Will Smith's still got his shirt open and his fucking abs out. And it's a shot from underneath. It's all slow-mo. And they're just looking real concerned because Tia Leoni just got kidnapped and they got the guns out.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is when Michael Bay found himself.
Yeah.
In that 20-minute stretch, Michael Bay he's like, I'm home.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm going to do now, everyone.
Yeah.
And I was like,
great.
We witnessed it. I think we witnessed the birth of Michael Bay in that 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's where he enjoyed himself the most.
It's where I enjoyed myself the most as well, by the way.
It's a great chase scene. Will Smith on foot, running with the shit. It's really great. It's very cinematic.
You look great too, by the way, ladies. What the fuck? Yeah, it's just,
it's really good. The music was really cool there as well. The music actually aged pretty well.
Fuck, I love
some of those older... Some of those
that
older action movies, like they're a little synthy and they're a little... But this one actually... This is probably just new enough that it dodged the bad synthy action movie shit from like the late 80s.
Would you say Beverly Hills Cop is bad?
The music?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've watched them, but it's a little synthy, I think, isn't it?
It's very synthy. Yeah. But
I don't know music though. I know film.
Yeah.
But this is also in the kind of a sweet spot for hip hop, where it was just sort of really taken off as well.
1995.
There's some.
Was there much hip hop in this?
Oh, there's a banger at the start.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a few here and there.
Because it's more of a score than a soundtrack.
It is, yeah.
Which if this got made 5 years later, it definitely would have been a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been the P. Diddy version of the Inner Circle.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It would have been would have been
We
awful.
ain't going nowhere. What was that? Bad Boys for Life. That was a great tune, actually.
It's a great
look that up when I get home. Yeah. Yeah, good video clip that one.
Bad Boy in the Family.
Yeah.
Probably shot by Michael Bay.
Probably was actually. The only bit I had that's always bothered me with this movie since I was like 12 years old is the Tia Leoni. Not her, she's great.
Yeah,
but why? So Max, who's the call girl, the friend of Mike Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Lowry speaks to her and says, "Oh, just let me know if you hear anything. Looking for a big party, yada yada yada."
She's got a massive crush. She's hoping for a marriage.
She goes to the madam, and the madam says, "I've got this thing." And Max goes, "Oh shit, this could be that thing that Mike Lowry's talking about, the big party."
Yeah.
So, and then she goes, "I'm just going to take my fucking roommate to that, who's not a call girl."
No, because I think
why is she doing that?
I think the whole premise is this is a massive party. They don't expect him, and that's
no. But didn't the madam say that he probably won't even be able to get his dick up? He's going to be that heated.
Yeah, because she is a call girl. But Tia Leoni's gone for the party. She's hoping there's a party there. Maxine doesn't know there's no party. She's going there a party. But your client is actually there.
Right. Yeah, okay. And it's in that big hotel
and that's why Tia Leoni is freaking out. She's upstairs going, we've been here 5 minutes too long.
It's essentially sex trafficking when you put it like that. She was kidnapped and sold into indentured servitude.
Yeah, okay, I accept that.
It's actually a really sad story now that you put it like that.
It's just bothered me for a long time.
It's the sound of freedom.
Tia Leoni was great, wasn't she?
Yeah, I thought she was good.
Yeah, she is
what
good.
Fucking TV show was she the star of?
Madam Secretary.
Well before that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, could you find out for me? Because that's going to bother me.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
Because I hated her guts.
Really?
You hated her? In this?
Yeah.
Someone else
in this?
Or you hated her because of something you saw in?
This redeemed her, and then Fun with Dick and Jane really redeemed her. But she still bothers me in Deep Impact.
That's it.
Lazy.
Oh, yeah, right. She's a main in that, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
lazy.
Yeah. Oh, here's a wave. I may as well.
Oh, it's called The Naked Truth. That's right.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
What do you want to do some cast and crew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just got just real quick other random things to get off real quick. This movie, a lot of this movie is Will Smith and Martin Lawrence yelling at each other.
Oh yeah.
I'd forgotten how much of it was just them fucking going to yell at each other.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But not a lot of subtlety in the performances. Like lots of
That's
dialogue just shouted at each other. But I enjoyed it.
And they're loud, literally loud.
Oh.
But you know that Michael Bay's standing on the side going louder, louder. Not, and he doesn't want it literally. He's just like, be loud.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's just giving them the pump it up, right? Raise the roof
just go,
symbol.
just go.
He's over there doing this,
which he did that again with that Pain and Gain, didn't he?
Yeah,
just loud. Because that was Miami too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I love Pain and Gain.
My only other notes were I'd forgotten John Sally was in this. He's the NBA player, computer nerd.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was waiting for him to
sit your lanky ass down.
That was good.
Look, Fletcher, man, you kind of told us that this thing would move a little quicker than this, man.
Hey, man, it's not that easy, okay? If it was that easy, you guys would be doing it.
Hey, man, work your magic. You say you're a computer whiz, man. Come on.
Hey, man, back up off me, okay? I'm doing an illegal favor for you. Okay, this is what I got put in jail for in the first place. So you back up off me.
Man, you don't sit your lanky ass down. Bottom line, I will knock you the fuck out. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Can you have a seat?
And you said you're going to get me out of jail.
And I wasn't lying, Fletcher.
Then he's like, he realizes a massive nerd and calmly sits down.
The only, he's actually very funny, John Sally. And
I didn't know who that was.
Yeah,
I did.
That's cool.
You used to wear glasses playing NBA as well.
Yeah, 5-time NBA champion. For some reason, the only part of the movie that made me like actually uncomfortable was when Will Smith said, "Because when I come with the thunder."
No, that's Martin Lawrence who says that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Martin
when they're
Lawrence?
on the bed. Yeah.
Either way, I was just like, we probably.
Oh, you don't want this.
Yeah.
When I come. Yeah.
I was like, that. Who thought that piece of dialogue was fucking worth keeping?
Yeah.
I was like, didn't everyone on set sort of throw up a little bit?
I don't think sorry.
It's a daily thing. Martin Lawrence just had to do it on the day.
Yeah. I don't think I would have, when I was first watching this at 10 or 12, I wouldn't have understood that. I wouldn't have,
was that what he was saying?
I don't think he meant literally coming.
Yeah.
I think he meant like, I'm just going to come at you.
Yeah, that's
what
I know.
With the thunder.
I know.
Yeah.
But then in the context, it sounded like a double entendre. So I was like, this is like,
I think he knew.
Yeah. I don't know.
My favourite off the cuff comment was that one of the henchmen, when they caught the guy doing all the gear.
Yeah.
And with the hookers, he just for some reason he gets really angry and he just calls him a cockeyed fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about that, but I was like, I love that.
Yeah.
Is that the Irish henchman?
Yeah.
He just sort of mumbles it under his breath.
The bigger, older guy.
Yeah, those two guys bickering was fucking hilarious.
They were good.
Do you like the henchman? The henchman went all right in the henchman rankings?
Yeah, the main henchman, I guess not the one with the stupid hat, but the one that had kind of the middle part with the black hair, black fringe.
The slow shooter.
Yeah, I thought that guy was really great.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Was his name Louis or something like that? I think it was. Yeah.
I thought him and the Irish guy were great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they had some moments, didn't they? All right, cast and crew. Obviously, director Michael Bay. I don't think we've done a Michael Bay before. I asked you in the chat. I was trying to think because I know we've spoken about.
Gone in 60 seconds.
He didn't direct that.
No, he just produced it.
Yeah. So I just don't think we have, which is cool.
Yeah.
Fucking,
we made it to 50 movies.
A lot about Michael Bay.
Yeah. Well, because we're fans and we always reference his movies. Yeah.
We also haven't done a Jared Leto movie.
Have we not?
No. It comes up a bit as well. Just for reference.
We'll get to Jared. Yeah. I got something in the pipeline.
Jared Leto month.
Yeah. So as I said before, feature film debut. He actually has a pretty high Metacritic. Like, surprisingly, I think it was 47.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be, I know that's low, but I thought it was going to be a lot lower than that.
Low.
Because he's anti-critic.
Yeah.
Is it, with the Metacritic, is that the stuff he's produced as well?
Nah, that's just directing.
Okay.
Yeah, because the producing stuff would push him way up.
Yeah.
If you'd include production, he's up at like 70.
Right.
Because he pumps a lot of money into a lot of good shit.
Right.
Particularly from like 2000 to 2010. It was just like, have some cash. Let me help you out with some fucking drone shots here. Let me just be the coolest motherfucker in Hollywood. Just sit off to the side here and watch you make your movie.
Unless you're Megan Fox.
Have you? While we're on it, have you guys ever? Yeah. Have you guys ever like seen him interviewed or heard him speak?
Yes.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
I seen him at the F1.
Yeah.
Fucking what a cool guy.
You know he's actually just the coolest motherfucker.
He's
just chill.
He just reeks of coolness.
Yeah.
Really?
You would actually think he's going to be this kind of like, like a hyper nerd almost.
Yeah.
Not at all. Just laid back as fuck.
So there's like
Just cool.
Quentin Tarantino at one end of the scale and Michael Bay at the other.
He's
in
at the
so
other.
many ways.
Considering his movies are so loud,
Yeah.
he's just like cool as.
Yeah,
he's the cool
right.
when he walks into a room. He's the coolest guy in the room.
I'd like to see him
and
as
he's
a
known
director,
as that in
though.
Hollywood as well. He's known as like the chill guy, like
Wow.
Mr. Chill. Yeah.
Because as a director, I imagine he'd be loud.
Oh, he'd be going for it on set. Yeah. But yeah, very cool. So his highest scoring film he's directed,
Transformers.
is
Ninja Turtles.
60 Transformers at 61, and The Rock just under that at 58.
Right.
And that was the original Transformers. The
good one, otherwise known as the good one.
Yeah, the other three did not fare well. They're all like 33 or below. I don't even know which one is which.
I lost track. Yeah.
I've watched them all, but I'm like, which one's the one? With
Number one's a cool
which one's
one.
Mark
Wahlberg. Yeah, I
and
forgot
then
he was in
Josh
one.
Duhamel.
Yeah.
Hold my beer. The first one's great. The second one's very average. The third one I really like.
Is that Age of
it's
Extinction?
awesome. Age of Extinction.
Is that number 3?
It's number 3.
Yeah, and then The Last Night. That's the one where they go back to medieval.
Yeah.
That's the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I will
It'd be
tell
great
you
if the Black Knight was there as well, Martin Lawrence. That's the crossover we really needed.
A crossover. So the one thing about the Transformers movies, regardless of whether you care for them as films, and I touched on it briefly before, the visuals, man.
Oh, yeah.
You put on fucking any movie today, and the visuals from 2007 in fucking Revenge of the Fallen or whatever it's called are still better than most of the shit today. Like the way the Transformers all transform and like move and interact with the environments. Like when they got those big kind of fight scenes between the Transformers, like in the city.
the first Transformer, when that fucking helicopter transformed, it's the very first time you see it. You're like, fuck.
Amazing.
And it's like taking its time. So
Yeah.
Michael Bay's letting you know this is how it's done.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You
very
go
good.
back and watch the
explosions.
city fight scene from the one with Wahlberg, I think it is, where they're in the city and the city's all getting ripped apart. And all you watch that and then watch the end of... Which Avengers is it where they have the giant fight scene in the city at the end with the big worm?
The
All of
first
them.
Avenger.
Everyone.
Is it?
Yeah.
You compare the two and they're like 12 years apart.
Yeah, right.
Transformers is remarkably better looking. Remarkably.
Yeah.
Like the way it all interacts.
Strongly disagree, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go on
Yeah.
You're allowed
YouTube.
to.
Have a look. I did. I YouTubed it.
yeah, cool.
Just
I'm
on,
the fucking CGI expert in the room.
Yeah, you watch it on your phone. Cool.
just on another point.
I was on my TV.
I used to
32 inch.
when I watched that shit when I was younger and they were destroying cities. It used to upset me. I used to be like, oh no, they're destroying so much of the city. Now I'm like, yeah, fucking level it. Isn't it for like? I was like, you didn't finish the job.
You got to go watch The Creator at the cinema.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I saw it on the weekend.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So I will just say, I just wanted to shout out before we move on from Bay, a short list of his finest directing achievements, in my opinion.
Do it.
In order. So starting with Bad Boys. The Rock was a year after that. Incredible
Movie.
Armageddon 2 years after that.
Oh,
We
He's
have
on
done fucking
Yeah.
Michael Bay.
Oh, we
You
have.
Of course we have. We've done his
We did
crowning
Armageddon.
achievement.
So he's on a
Fucking
run
knew it,
here.
like-
It's okay. We did that very early on. Bad Boys 2 was after that. Original Transformers. Then Pain and Gain, which I know Dustin's a massive fan of. I like it. Yeah. Then 13 Hours, which I'm a massive fan of. I think that might actually be one of his... It's hard to say.
13 Hours?
Yeah. It might be his best.
Keep your powder dry on that.
Yeah. It might be his most grounded. Then he did 6 Underground, which is a heap of fun.
Yeah.
And then he did Ambulance, also a heap of fun. Yeah. So he's got like a really nice 25 years of consistent blockbuster fucking movie making.
Still making fun.
Sure is.
And
Yeah.
you know that's what I'm about.
Yes.
I want to be entertained.
And then he has Pearl Harbor, which is just one of the worst films ever
Still
made.
never seen it.
Don't.
I've seen it. Garbage trash.
That was his big swing,
Real
right?
bad.
At an epic, right?
And last fun fact about Bay and how cool he is. He was, I don't know if this is how cool he is, but a little fun fact about his personal life. He was adopted as a baby. He is unmarried and has no children, and he lives alone with his 3 English Mastiffs, who also appear in some of his movies. That's cool, isn't it?
Cool. Yeah,
It makes me sad.
Yeah, he's got friends though. Hasn't
Yeah, I don't know
Tell me-
whether that
tell me
makes
he's
him
got
cool,
friends.
but it makes him interesting.
Yeah. It makes me feel like he's hiding something.
Yeah.
He probably is.
Yeah.
He might not be real. He might be AI. He's the fucking founding father of AI. He's the movie that the creators.
Or he's
about
an
him.
orca.
So Will Smith from there. Have we done Will Smith before? I couldn't remember
No,
that.
I really
either.
don't think we have.
No, we've spoken about him obviously with the slap.
Yeah.
But we don't think we've
We've
done
joked at his expense multiple times.
it. He was
Still like him.
I'm in. He was the biggest star in the world.
Huge.
From basically this movie through to, and anyone can argue this, but I sort of put through to
When he knocked out Chris Rock.
Yeah, I put it through to 2004 with iRobot. I think that finished his blockbuster I'm the biggest star in the world run.
Yeah.
And then he goes on and does some stuff that's maybe a bit more interesting than just blockbuster sci-fi.
Happiness and all that shit.
Because he did ID4, Men in Black, iRobot. So he's in this sci-fi blockbuster realm.
Yeah, they're huge movies.
Huge fucking movies. I've said it before on the pod, but Men in Black is apparently regarded as the most...
What do you think?
No, it's the most watched film of all time.
Yeah, probably.
Apparently.
Or this.
What is your favourite Will Smith movie?
The one of I Am Legend, I'd say.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, mine's Enemy of the State.
I believe it.
I fucking really love that
I believe
movie.
it. It's unreal.
Yeah. I'm all about it.
So that was his kind of incredible run. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Man. Like, those. Are you fucking kidding me? One guy did that.
That's nuts.
Find me another actor that's got blockbusters like that, just one after another,
And then with
and
those
all original
blockbusters,
films, basically.
Also have like a number one hit.
I was going to say, he was also releasing adequate family-friendly raps at the same time.
Wasn't he? Big Willie style.
Curse-free hip-hop.
Wiggy wow west.
After that...
Never made it through one of his songs.
After that, you notice I didn't mention Wild Wild West because it was in amongst those.
It's a shit pile, eh?
Oh, no, it's a bit of fun. Yeah.
It's fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah,
it's a bit of fun.
It was great.
That guy looks like he's got spider legs. He's a robot.
And then he did this like little run, which I think then maybe changed his trajectory.
I'm looking for that Oscar to complete my resume.
That's what he did. So he then did, I think this started around 07 maybe. He did Ali, but then he did Pursuit of Happiness in this order. I Am Legend, Hancock, and obviously Hancock's not Oscar stuff, and then 7 Pounds. So Pursuit of Happiness and 7 Pounds is like, I want my fucking Oscar.
Yeah.
7 Pounds I didn't like. Pursuit of Happiness is incredible.
I actually prefer other way around.
Really?
I like 7 Pounds.
Yeah.
That fucking
really
movie
like
gets me
either of
every
them.
time,
Yeah.
man.
No,
Fucking with the jellyfish.
Hancock was
I liked it.
Yeah, it was not it's not a commercial superhero movie as such, though.
Nah, it's like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
I didn't really like that movie.
I like the first half.
Yeah, I think I was the same.
It loses its way, doesn't it?
Yeah,
once it wears
gets
off,
too
you're like,
superhero-y.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it's kind of like what's that new TV show that everyone loves, The Boys. It's like it's in that wheelhouse.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Good show.
So then he had after that it was like hit and miss in my opinion. So he had Focus, which I think is unreal. The Margot Robbie,
Very underrated.
Con Man one, really underrated. But then he had After Earth the next year, which is just a pile of shit.
That was a thing for his son.
That was his church.
And then he did Concussion, which I actually rate.
Yes,
really good. But then he did Bright the year after that.
Yeah.
So it's like he's in this weird.
Oh, and here
You like
I
Bright?
really like Bright.
Yeah, but you see,
But is it because of Will Smith? No, it's because of Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton's great. Yeah, but you see, you got Bright and After Earth. He's still chasing that sci-fi blockbuster. He's fallen back into what made him the
worked for
biggest
me.
star in the world. They're
Yeah.
sci-fi blockbusters. But then he's got Concussion and Focus to kind of counteract those, which is when he's in that kind of, no, I'm a really good actor. I'm not just a blockbuster star that does like quips or whatever.
Yeah.
So he had a really fascinating fucking
He
career.
always has been considered a really good actor, though.
Yeah,
even from Fresh Prince, they always talk about that scene, the
Uncle,
empty house, the uncle, and then he did. It's 6 Degrees of Separation, isn't it?
Yes.
And
Is that with that? Was that Jamie Foxx?
I thought that was 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
That's our lives. So he when he went into movies, he initially went into critically acclaimed stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's really uncomfortable to watch that movie.
What is?
6 Degrees.
Oh, 6 Degrees of Separation. Yeah.
What about Vago Balance or whatever the fuck? The golf one?
The Legend of Vagabonds.
Oh, that was in the mix of his run as well.
Just a garbage
I don't
train.
know why he's doing that.
Yeah. But he didn't need to earn his credibility. Like he did need to earn his credibility, but he did it so early.
Yeah.
Like he came out. Think about it, he came out of a hip hop with like making a sitcom making hip hop for kids.
Yeah.
Which is really what it was.
Yeah.
Straight into sorry Trent, if you're listening, who considers him the best MC of all time.
I call it toy rap.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's like gateway rap.
Yeah.
So
You don't have to be a gangster to rap, guys.
it makes it a lot better though. Straight into critically acclaimed shit, and not many people make that leap.
Yeah.
So I respect him heaps for that shit.
So yeah, that's kind of how. I mean, everyone knows who he is. So it was more. I just wanted to really focus on the fact that he was the biggest box office draw card. Maybe like other than I know we did the Desert Island thing last week, but other than maybe Tom Cruise, he was the biggest star in the fucking world. Clearly, like it was him, and then a fucking gap around that era, like that 95 to 2005. Nick Cage was probably the only one around there, but he was nothing compared to this. He wasn't doing the Armageddons and the, whatever. So that is him. Martin Lawrence, whole different space to Will Smith.
Blue Streak.
Martin Lawrence is a
National
comedian.
treasure.
He's simply a comedian.
They're all great.
Yep. Man, nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's Tim Robbins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually probably my favourite moment.
He had a nice little run
Me too.
between Bad Boys. So he didn't have a lot. He was a stand-up comedian and a comedian.
He got arrested in Hollywood, for being in his jocks and with 2 handguns.
Shit, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, I think he went off the rails a bit. He had a good run between,
snorting too much
a
heroin.
memorable run between Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2, where he did Nothing to Lose, Life with Eddie Murphy.
I love that movie. That's my favourite Martin Lawrence movie.
Probably my least favourite of these ones.
Fuck, I love Life.
And then he did Blue Street, which is fun.
Yeah.
Believe that. And then he did Big Mama's House, which whatever.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and then he did Black Knight, which is just a hilarious.
It was
premise.
funny at the time.
He's in like a football jersey.
Yeah, he is.
He's like medieval time.
It's like a fucking.
Fuck, it was
New
funny
York-
at the time.
New York Jets
he was
jersey.
just doing Martin Lawrence.
Oh yeah,
and that was fine.
They just another vehicle, just fucking roll it up. Let's go again. Yeah,
he was a bit of an Adam Sandler there for a while.
Yeah,
wasn't
he was like a Black Adam
just
Sandler.
give us another. Yeah, the Black Adam Sandler. Yeah. And then National Security was after that, which was great.
Yeah. So
Is
good.
that Steve Zahn?
Yeah,
that was
anything
good.
with Steve Zahn is incredible.
Yeah. And I just started watching that White Lotus, actually.
Oh,
He's
really?
the main guy in that. Yeah,
That's
I
great.
quite
Yeah.
like it. Yeah. And then Bad Boys 2 was at the end of that. And kind of outside, so they're the bookends of his career, basically.
Yeah.
Before and after Bad Boys, there's not a lot
Right.
to go with. Yeah, it's not good. There's some bad sequels and shit like that. But anyway.
I don't know. It's like more power to the guy, but when we're counting Black Knights as your career high point.
Yeah,
you're probably maxed out your abilities.
Well, if we're doing Metacritic on him, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
So he has, out of all his films, and there's quite a few, there's probably like 20, 25, where he's basically one of the main guys, if not the main guy. I think there was like 3 that were above 40.
Yeah.
Everything else was well in the red.
Yep.
Well in the I don't think there was anything green.
Yeah.
They wrung the towel very dry with his shtick.
Are you now going to read us Roger Ebert's full review of Black Knight? Or
I don't think he watched it.
That's when he resigned.
I'm a Martin Lawrence guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I think I had enough Martin Lawrence, and I was like, when he finished up, essentially, I was like, great.
Yeah.
That was enough.
And it wasn't bad. Like
Yeah,
he
the
burned
towel's dry.
brightly, but briefly.
Yeah.
Like could have been worse. He could have been Carrot Top.
If I'm scrolling through, what do you call those?
Streaming services?
That's fine. That's fine.
How we going, mate? You all right?
So tired.
Do you want some plain chips?
Streaming services, and I see fucking Blue Streak on there. I'm watching it.
I'll have a look.
I'm watching it.
Yeah,
no matter
I'll have a
what,
look.
where I am.
My last
That's
note
my 2
on
cents. I'm out.
my last note on Martin Lawrence is I wrote here that Martin Lawrence walked so Kevin Hart could run.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
If they remake Bad Boy, or if they're making Bad Boys now for the first time, it's Kevin Hart.
And who?
Great question. Who we got? That can,
Michael P. Jordan.
He's not. Is he funny?
He's suave.
Yeah. Will Smith is funny.
He is suave. Yeah, he doesn't. Ooh, shit! It's a tough one, isn't it? Oh, I've got no one straight off the
Let's
top
come
of my
back
head.
around on that.
Yeah. It's The Rock.
It is The Rock. Isn't it?
Damn it! Damn it. It's called
Has to be
Central
The Rock.
Intelligence.
Yeah. Basically, that's what they were doing for fucking 5 years there. After that, I had Tia Leoni, which we touched on earlier. I had here that I imagine how it would basically be impossible to share a space, like a room, with those 2 guys when they're going for it. And she did it, and she didn't get lost in the furniture in the room.
I think what they did...
I thought she was really good.
Was these movies generally make the female the heroine... $1 million worth. The heroine of these movies, like a weak person. She wasn't weak per se. And
she had a good arc.
She was a human because she wasn't screaming and doing that whole Indiana Jones thing that's been happening for like 10 years before this.
Yeah, true.
As well, like she was just a human character, which you could feel for and stuff.
Love it.
Yeah.
Perfect synopsis of her role in this film. And as I said, the arc thing.
Yes.
So she kind of was the damsel in distress at first.
Yeah.
And
But
then
she
slowly
wasn't
she's carrying a gun to a fucking nightclub to take revenge. And
Yeah.
I was like, we're on something. Yeah. And she's shooting and she's with him the whole time.
But that was
She's
everyone.
stealing the fucking...
That was everyone during COVID. We all thought about getting a gun and fucking taking it to someone, didn't we? She's been locked up inside that house with 2 dogs.
Jesus Christ. Can you take your trench coat off, man?
No, I can't.
Fucking hell. So
It's leather.
should she have been a bigger star? I wanted to ask that question.
Fun with
or,
Dick and
or is she about where she should have been?
I think she's about where she should have been.
You reckon?
Yeah, I don't think she's had a hell of a lot of range.
Can I throw
Fun
this
with
out
Dick
there?
and Jane is the best.
It is a good.
All right, I'm going to throw this out there. Right? What if Sandra Bullock doesn't exist?
No, she's not on Sandra Bullock's level.
I'm not saying she is, but what if Sandra? That's the problem. I think.
Tia
What if
Leoni
Sandra
is
Bullock-
not getting Sandra Bullock roles.
She's not. She's not getting speed.
No.
I know that was before this, but she's not getting speed.
No,
Is
she's
she?
not. It's Tia Leoni.
Nah.
She has a very fucking one.
She's not getting Miss Congeniality.
She's not getting Miss Congeniality.
Why not?
I don't think she can pull it off.
No.
I think she's got the range. I think
Normally I'm about you, Ken. You're like, yeah, fucking, I agree. But this time it's,
okay.
it's a strong no from
I
me.
think
Guys, discussion point.
honestly, the only person who springs to mind that could play those roles, like replace Sandra Bullock in anything, is Julia Roberts. And
you're putting Sandra up there like that.
yeah,
Oh, Sandra's up there like that.
No, as in her
as
in her like
on-screen
cheat movies.
charisma and all of that. Yeah, I don't.
In like
Tia
Miss
Leoni doesn't-
Congeniality and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I know Sandra Bullock's an incredible performer,
Yeah.
like an incredible actor.
Yeah.
But she, like she's also slums it.
No, I know, but I'm standing by it. I think that the only person, if it was an alternate reality and we had to swap one of them out, the only person that springs to mind that could do it would be Julia Roberts.
Okay. I don't know why I just thought.
I'm not saying Julia wants to.
No. I can't see Julia Roberts
forcing
doing
her
Miss
to at
Congeniality.
I feel like you've chosen one of like America's greatest sweethearts.
Yeah.
If there's no Reese Witherspoon,
Yeah.
there's a Reese with
I think Reese
Nice.
Witherspoon's also much
No,
better
I
than
just
Tia
thought
Leoni.
I thought like Tia Leoni, she's kind of like quite a physical presence as well as like I'm surprised she didn't wind up in like some more actiony type stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I think
she looks strong, right? And
Yeah.
she can kind of handle herself on the set.
I think what she does.
Yeah.
She's definitely got that understated, dry type of thing. That was
I thought
sort
she
of
was
her
funny.
shtick. She is, yeah.
She's
She's
funny.
I think she's great.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that this is. I just can't see her doing much more than this.
No. Okay, no, that's fine.
And I'm happy to be proven
Well,
wrong. If
you know
someone
what?
out
That
there
makes sense then. It
If
makes
someone out
sense
there's
that she
watched
didn't.
Tia Leoni in something and said this is fucking acting and I love it, let me know and I will watch it. That's what
Yeah,
I've
well, I
had.
haven't watched Madam Secretary, but that's obviously her biggest thing. That
Okay,
show
yeah,
ran
I've never
for,
watched it
I
in
think
my
it
life.
ran for 6 seasons or something, and she was Madam Secretary.
Yeah, true. Okay.
I want to say most of the 2015s or whatever you call it. What do you call it? The 2000 teenagers. I think it ran from like 2012
the mid 2010s. I don't know. It got
something
confusing.
like, yeah, I don't know. But it ran for like a good 7 years or something.
Yeah, I know a lot of
Jeez.
people watched it.
I didn't see an episode.
I didn't watch that shit.
No, me neither. No, no thanks.
But maybe she's fucking phenomenal in that.
She might, yeah.
She's still working. She's got movies coming out.
Yeah.
She's in shit. Yeah,
I like her.
yeah, she's good.
She's no Sandra Bullock.
I just think if you swapped her out
No
for
Sandra Bullock?
Nah. If you swapped her
No,
out,
like a poor man's version.
Fucking, that's Reese Withers knife.
I think if you swapped her out for Alicia Silverstone, no one would notice.
Yeah, no one knows.
Alicia Silverstone.
Someone
Is that what you
like
call
that.
Put
Someone
her
like
as a
that.
90-year-old and clueless.
I just watched Alicia Silverstone in a movie, a new Netflix movie on Sunday night called
Is it good?
Reptile.
Is it good?
Yeah, really good.
Okay.
Really good movie. Alicia Silverstone has aged so gracefully.
Yeah.
It was lovely to see.
Good on her.
Yeah.
I can't say the same for myself. Graceless.
I didn't delve too deep into the cast beyond those three. They kind of handled their
Joey
shit.
Pants is in it.
Joey Pants I
Joey
put
Pants.
down. He was Captain Howard. Obviously.
Always love him. Yeah.
He's in the
Not very
100
good at
fucking
basketball.
things.
He and Philip Seymour Hoffman are probably about on a par in terms of.
What do you know him from? What's he famous for you, Joey Pants? When you see his face, what do you think of?
I'm
Matrix.
Yeah,
Sopranos.
I'm
Matrix.
Matrix. As soon as I see him, I think sci-fi.
yeah. The Matrix.
Matrix and Sopranos.
I don't know. He's in Sopranos.
oh,
right?
yeah.
It's the Matrix. Like I was literally like I can picture him. Like
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
mentioned, I picture him.
But
and
it's
the
also
Matrix.
a Memento as well. It's just like, that's it.
How big a part was he in Memento?
Yeah.
Huge.
Was he?
Yeah,
Huge.
I got to watch fucking Memento again.
You really do.
He was
Fuck, I
the
love that
bad
movie.
good guy.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it for 15 years.
Yeah.
I
It
can't
just
remember.
Memento is probably moved to the top of my next off the. Now that I've just watched the Truman Show again recently, that that moved up to the top, and Memento's my next one.
Should we do Memento?
I'd love to do it.
Let's
It's
do
way
it.
too high
Let's
to
do
do.
it.
Yeah, let's
no,
do it.
no, not on the pod.
Oh,
You
just
and
watch
me,
it.
we'll just sit
Yeah.
around, smoke some cigars, and watch Memento.
Okay,
I'll be in the
Great.
next door room with your kids watching
Snorting-
Blue Streak.
snorting heroin.
We'll snort some heroin and watch Memento. It's actually probably perfect for that movie. We'll do a Memento and The Machinist doubleheader with some heroin.
Ooh.
I've seen The Machinist once,
They go well together.
and that's how long that's how many times I'll watch it.
So yeah, that's kind of it for I had for the cast. There, Martin Lawrence's wife, which is Terrence something. I
Howard?
forget her name now. No. But she's been in heaps of shit. I always like it when I see her.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. Yeah.
Is the surname Lawrence or is it P. Henson?
I can't remember now. Yeah. It's Terrence something, though, which is her name in the actual film as well.
Yeah, I think I know.
Right.
Fun facts. Oh, do you guys have anyone from the cast that I kind of missed you wanted to shout out?
No, happy with that.
I think we shouted out some of the henchmen.
Good villain. Good villain.
Yeah, yeah. Boucher or whatever his name
was
is.
good.
Yeah, I don't know if he's in a lot of stuff.
He was in The Patriot.
Was he?
And he was a fucking character shift. A fucking amazing person.
Is he actually French in real life?
Yeah.
You know more about The Patriot than any other living human being.
I fucking love The Patriot.
Great fucking movie.
It's got my boy Mel in it.
You're hitching yourself to that wagon, are you?
I love Mel Gibson.
It's a dangerous wagon to fucking hitch to, that's for sure.
I don't like his beliefs.
I was going to say...
He's making a comeback. He's making a comeback.
Let's have a chat about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Shit.
Great podcast.
That's our other
Great
pod.
podcast content.
Yeah. Let's talk about something that actually happened, though.
I legit got that at work today.
Really?
Yeah, don't get me started.
People are fucking incredible, aren't they?
Yeah. Are you guys ready for some fun facts?
Yeah, let's fun it up.
Sure. There was some fucking amazing ones. So do you want to know who the two leads were? So Don Simpson and Bruckheimer, once they got a hold of this.
I've been waiting my whole fucking pod for this moment.
Can you know who it is? Okay, you guys guess.
I've got to ask a question.
No, I can't guess.
Was it always going to be two black guys?
Two black guys.
Okay. Well, Eddie Murphy's one of them, right?
Correct.
Don't tell me it was Arsenio Hall.
He wasn't the original, but he was above Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah, and he calls it the biggest regret of his life
that he didn't
not taking the role.
Right.
Yeah. He was offered it,
right.
and he said no. He did something else at the same time. Can't remember what it was.
Yeah, nothing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow.
So Eddie Murphy.
Who else was cooking around then?
There was one other guy that was there.
And it's
he had
obvious,
the world in the palm of his hand.
Wesley Snipes.
That's it.
Really?
Yeah, fucking. That's why there's a bit of the start. Wesley Snipes, passenger 57.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good call. Maybe that was like a shout out to that. So you put Eddie Murphy and Wesley Snipes in this, all of a sudden it's $50 million budget, maybe more.
Yeah.
Michael Bay no longer gets to direct it.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing.
And I'm watching this movie with a fucking raging stiffy.
Yeah. Also,
I think it's for the better they're not in it though.
Not with
my
Duff,
jam.
but preferably,
that is my jam.
Preferably alone.
I think
and
it's
flaccid.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, interesting if it went that way, man. Sliding doors and all that.
I think it gets
I'm over here laughing, but I use the word
think it gets
flaccid.
a bit more aggressive if Wesley Snipes is in it.
Oh, yeah.
Wesley ain't coming around to...
Could do some martial arts.
There'd be more fighting and it'd be more action and all that
What
sort of
about
stuff.
Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson? That'd be good. I'd watch that. Money Train.
Yeah, they could.
Officer
Cool.
Santiago.
I guess they'd already done it, yeah. So after another fun fact is after the studio refused to fund the final action sequence, Michael Bay ended up just paying the studio the money to shoot the sequence.
Yeah, fucking
legend.
That's a,
he had actually had.
He's got a lot of belief in this movie, and I love
a lot of belief in himself as well.
Did he edit this movie as well? I imagine he would have edited it if he realized it's got no start.
He's definitely standing behind the fucking editor if he's not doing it himself. Yeah.
A lot of passion.
So yeah, it was his fucking Porsche. It's like he's financing the final shoot.
It was his house they blew up,
and he comes off looking like a fucking genius.
Do you know the
money pulled in.
The other explosions point that I forgot to mention before that you know what I like an action movie trope is the electrical explosion that's just sparks right near your head.
Oh yeah,
I like that. Is that a thing that happens when it's popping off?
I believe so.
There'll be really like fire explosions and some will just be a shower of sparks. Yeah. And like, oh fuck, there goes the Jenny.
Now we got the power.
Oh god, now I'm gonna have to trip it out the front. Fuck's sake.
The another fun one while at the boxing gym, if you remember that scene. Yep. And it's actually hilarious watching Martin Lawrence do his thing in the background, and he's like bumping into shit and knocking over weights and all that. So the fun fact about that is though, the scene is obviously played out for laughs, but in reality, Martin Lawrence excelled in boxing as a teen in Maryland, and he even contended for the Mid-Atlantic Golden Gloves.
Did he really?
So the boy can throw
Fucking
hands.
Martin Lawrence can go.
He can throw hands, man.
One of the favourite parts of the movie is when the medic comes up to me and goes, we got to have a look at that leg. He's like, get off me.
He's like, what's that? Get off me. That's cool. And then I said this earlier, but this was the actual fun fact. Michael Bay hated the script so much, and he actually called it a piece of shit on the record. He was then basically just given $10,000 to do a rewrite after complaining about it. He said, "You can't do a fucking rewrite for $10,000." So instead, him, Will Smith, and Martin Lawrence before the shoot every day would sit down. I think it said 2 hours every morning.
They would just have like side notes of stuff.
That's what they would do. And then when the scene shot, they would have their own dialogue they were doing, which was nothing of that was in the script. And then they would also improv on top of that.
Yeah, so with that improv, what are the other actors doing that's with them? I think Joey Pants is improving.
He can handle himself.
Oh, yeah.
Is Tia Leoni improving?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Is she?
I think she can handle it.
I think she's pretty funny.
You know, we didn't say it before. You know who the only, I thought, the weak link in this movie is, and she's just she's in way over her head, is the internal affairs lady.
You know
I thought she was just bad.
No, I know
she
what
just
it
stood
is.
out as a bad actor.
You know what it was? It was the whole 80s. She came off as 80s. Do you know what I mean? This is like that power suit, the silly haircut.
Yeah, true.
It came...
Yeah.
It takes you away from the movie because it's not that old, but we know it's old. That kind of takes you out of it like, oh, it's not an 80s movie, fuck off.
I didn't like her at all. Tiny purple vest.
What they should have done is made her the Madame and put the Madame in that spot.
Yeah, the Madame she was recognisable.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not as in I've been there.
As if you can afford
I've
that
seen
place.
her in other movies. I haven't got a brick of heroin. I'm looking for a couple of...
Party boys.
Redeeming? What do you got, guys?
Stuff.
Yeah, I'll go first. Fast and quick. So I've had gastro. That's why I've been a bit down on this episode.
Great.
But that's no fault in the movie. I love the movie.
The movie didn't give him gastro confirmed.
So I got the shits with a few of Tia Leoni's and my body in itself. So
that was the salami on Saturday, I think.
I don't know what it was.
I was left out on that table for several hours.
It was something. My soul left my body. Anyway, so I watched this movie in a fucking state this morning, and you know what? I fucking still enjoy it. All I could think about was number 2, which is a credit to this movie, I feel. So for me, it's 79.
Oh, bang.
bang.
Yeah.
Straight like that. Yep. What do you got, BJ?
I went into it with a little bit of trepidation, even though I remember this very fondly, and I've watched it quite a lot and watched it at the cinema when it came out.
Yep.
As I said before, that was my hip flask days.
Oh, yeah.
Got pretty drunk first when we watched it, and as I said, there's only one quiet point in the movie, and that's when my mate Damo shouts out, "Fuck, this vodka's strong." Never forget that. So, yeah, I went into it hoping that it had aged well, and it had aged probably better than I expected, to be honest, in terms of just everything about it, the way it looks, how funny it is, the fact that there wasn't too much cringe in it, in terms of the stuff that might have not held up over the years. I had a really good time watching it. I'll probably watch number 2 soon as well because I remember it being a superior film.
I can't wait.
I'm really excited about number 2 and 3.
Yeah, fucking, you're a sick man. I can't go 70 whatever you gave it. I'm going to agree with the people. I'm going to go. Was it 68?
68. Yeah.
For once, I'm going to agree with someone on the internet.
Okay.
It's
well,
not
you're
normally
going
my
to
thing.
agree with 280,000 people.
Yeah,
on
it
the
feels
internet.
weird. Feels weird. You know what? Fuck it. 67.
Isn't that usually my job to go different to the people? When I was watching, I was actually shocked. I haven't watched this for quite some time. But I reckon there's like 10 movies where I know the movie so well that I know every piece of dialogue, but then I also know the little things, like that bit of paper that's left on the table in the background that looks a bit weird out of shot, or the way a car moves as it turns a corner. Like that's, I've watched it so many fucking times.
Yeah, wow.
And this is one of those, and I didn't realize it was until I was watching it the other night, and I was doing the lines. I was basically watching it by myself. And no, but I was like doing the lines before
dialogue.
they were. Yeah.
Gotcha, yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I really fucking watched this movie a lot, man. Whereas number
it's
2,
part of your DNA.
Basically that. I think other movies around that time, like Ace Ventura, both of them I can do it with, like just every line, and notice all the little bits. But anyway, and I still like little things like I call Duff's daughter's name's Joey, and I still call, every time I see Joey, I still go, "Yo, Jojo!" Like every time, it's just Jojo, and it's from this fucking movie. Yeah.
Take my daughter's name out of your fucking mouth.
And then, as I said, every time I'm at an airport, I can't help it. I'm like, you forgot your boarding pass. And it's just shit. This movie's fucking almost 30 years old, and I'm still quoting shit, which means something to me, right? Still found it really funny. Michael Bay's a genuine fucking hero of mine. I loved it. The only stuff that maybe slowed it down a little bit was some of the, the dragging out of the
Mike
Lowry, all that sort of shit. But I'm going to give it a flat 80.
Wow.
And if you disagree with me, I'm going to visit your house in the middle of the night with a sledgehammer.
Again.
And we're going to do it in slow-mo.
I'm going to get rid of the white curtains. It's too
I'm going to have an open shirt as well.
Billowing in the breeze.
That's what makes it worse. Hit me with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, just end it. Yeah, good fun. Good call. Great shout.
No, that was good. That was good, guys.
Enjoyed that.
Great film. Great watch. Let's all go watch Bad Boys 2 together tonight.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
And we've got a mini-sode next week, right?
We do. So for the mini-sode, we're going to do our top 5
Inner Circle songs.
Inner Circle songs, yeah. It's niche. We're going to do our top 5 action comedies.
Oh, yeah.
Excluding superhero movies. Just because they'll dominate it otherwise, like the new wave of superhero, like
Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2.
your Thors, your Deadpools, they're funny fucking movies. So excluding those, let's just do proper.
That's giving you the worst stinker.
Let's do cops and guns and action comedies, you know. Yeah. So we'll do that. Sorry, Duff.
Pew pew.
It's going to be tough for you. And then I've also got a little quiz. Quiz
Oh, nice.
Action
Not related to
quiz.
movies whatsoever.
No, just a quiz.
Sudoku.
General knowledge.
Fucking fuck Sudoku.
See you next week, boys.
Bye. God damn, what a rush.
You forgot your boarding pass.
Bad boys, what you want?